This model is one of WSI's premium line collection. It's a Scania R Series Topline 8x4 tractor and comes in a standard WSI branded box. There's no information about the real truck or the model, and inside the box the model is contained within a polystyrene tray which has a clear plastic former that stops the model rattling about. The model lifts out of the box easy enough, and there's just one other part included, which is a plastic cover for the fifth wheel, and we'll see a little bit more about that later. As usual for WSI, the chassis is very detailed and almost all of it is made of metal. The tyres are good with a different tread pattern on the steered and driven wheels. The wheels are painted, although the orange rims are not quite perfect, and both the exhaust and the suspension on axle 2 seem to hang very low. The cab roof looks good with its large air horns and the metal light bar with its many lights. The detailing of the rest of the cab is good with more nice lights. There's no number plate though, because this is a generic tractor rather than one from a fleet. One particularly good aspect of the model is the interior of the cab, although it is quite hard to see. The steering wheel is an authentic Scania design, and there are some graphics in the cab, including a detailed console. Behind the cab there's a fairly plain equipment tower, but there's a big light bar and there's coiled air lines. At the back the wheel arches look authentic, there's a big Scania logo, the lights and mud flap look good, and there's a really tiny light on each outside edge. One nice inclusion with the model is the plastic cover for the fifth wheel, which just drops into place, it doesn't clip. Trying the tractor out on a test surface, it rolls perfectly fine in a straight line. The orange edging on the wheels isn't perfect, so they tend to look like they're oscillating as you roll the wheels. Looking underneath, the rear wheel sets spin together on their common axles, and the model does have linked steering between axles 1 and 2. However, as is often the case on WSI models particularly, the range of movement on the steering is really very small, and this model is one of the smallest. You can get a slight angle so that if you set the wheels, you can push the tractor in a slight curve, but as opposed it's hardly noticeable. However, the tilting cab does work well. It tilts forward to a good angle and stays tilted, and underneath you get to see a well detailed engine with many of the components painted different colours. This is a nice well-detailed tractor model and is certainly one that will appeal to Scania fans. It's a good-looking R-Series tractor with the interior of the cab being a highlight. It's well made and not too delicate, and it's good enough to be highly recommended.